Good morning, class. I'm glad we had a good lunch and a good recess. This morning we read Fly Away Home by Eve Bunting, and we noticed a few harder, more difficult words within there. And we know as good readers that we can't just skip over those hard words, but we have to figure out what they are using how to read through the whole entire sentence. So right now I'm going to go back to a few of those more difficult words, and I'm going to read the sentence that they're in, and then I'm going to write the more difficult word on the board without saying it, and then we'll discuss how you can go about finding out what these words really mean. So Dad and I try not to get noticed. We stay among the crowds. We change blank. So as you see, this is two separate words together. Now, can you give me a thumbs up if you know which word you noticed first? Kylie, which word do you notice first?
Air.
You noticed air. So what I would do is I would cover up lines. Now, as you can see, you notice air. Now, can someone else tell me a different word they noticed by giving me a thumbs up? Kyle, what's the other word that you noticed?
Lines.
Lines. Now, class, if we put that all together, what does that sound out to be?
Air. Lines.
Perfect. So that is just one way to show how we can use the harder, more difficult compound words and break it into two different words. We're going to do that again with another word. We buy blank and milk for breakfast at one of the cafeterias, standing in line with our red trays. All right, now can someone wiggle their pinky finger and let me know what words they notice in that one? Julie, what do you notice?
Dough.
Dough. Now that's a more tough word, don't you think? So, but I'm glad you noticed it. If you didn't notice dough, you could also notice do. That would also be another way to break that up. So we have do becomes dough, and what is the other word? Can someone else wiggle their pinky finger? James, what do you notice? What's the other word?
Nuts.
That is nuts. As we put it together, what does that spell, class?
Donuts.
Awesome. Now this last way is a little bit more challenging for words that you can't really break up into two clear words. So this one is, but I know he's trying to find the time to find us a place. He takes newspapers from the trash blank and makes pencil circles around the letters and numbers. I'm going to write this one on the board. Now, in that word, do we notice a smaller, more simpler word that we can see? Will someone raise their hand and tell me that? What word do you see?
Ask.
Ask. You see ask. That is exactly what I see. That is great. Now, what noise does this first letter make?
B.
B. So if we put B and ask together, can you sound that out for me?
Bask.
Bask. Now, do you know what the last three letters make? E-T-S. And you know the T-S is T. What do you think the E before the T-S makes?
Eh.
So, let's put it all together. You ready? B-ask-gets. All right, let's say that one more time. B-ask-gets. So as you can see, if the word is harder and more difficult, you can see that the ask is within that bigger word. And so now you know that you don't have to skip over those hard words, but you can really notice the two words together or the smaller word within the larger word. And as good readers, we need to make sure we don't skip over our large and harder words because we need to know more of the context. Have a good day. How long was that?